Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be diving in again.
Yeah, and today we're looking at some pretty powerful source material. We've got lyrics here.
Right, from the song Plan. It's by the group Double Eclipse.
And featuring Rarebreed and Eli Uno. The source we have actually describes them as a power couple.
From HLA Music, yeah. That's the context provided.
So our mission, really, for this deep dive is to sort of unpack these lyrics. There's a lot of raw emotion here.
Definitely. Layers of meaning, too.
And different takes, different perspectives on, well, on navigating some really severe hardship, all just within this song text. Okay, so let's get into it. What are these words telling us about, life on the streets, struggle, resilience, based only on what's in front of us here?
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is how the verses give us these really distinct views.
Different views.
Yeah, on survival and also on how respect is seen, how it's earned according to this source. It's all straight from the material provided. And Rarebreed's verses, they hit you first. It's immediate, very visceral, feels intensely personal.
Absolutely. It kicks off. Rarebreed paints this really stark picture from the get-go. Waking up smelling smoke.
Yeah. Finding yourself on Skid Row, living on the streets.
And the constant threat the lyrics describe. Strangers, coming with retreat. Nah, you can't sleep here.
Your tent taken away.
And the source explicitly ties it to losing all dignity.
Yeah, that first verse really gets into not just the physical fight, but the internal stuff, too, the impact.
How so?
Well, she speaks about seeing others who play weak to get a little sympathy, right? But she feels like shit is old, lost all empathy. That line really stands out.
It shows a deep emotional toll, definitely. The lyrics mention losing what's inside of me.
And there's this palpable anger underneath it all, even thinking about violence. Disrespect me, fuck you up, and do the time.
It reveals that internal battle, like trying not to catch a case.
Exactly. So you're caught, between these crushing external things and this internal decay almost.
So the source gives us her response in the chorus.
Yeah, that's where the plan comes in. Got a plan, getting tired of this fuck shit, too many more excuses, time to get it done with.
Okay, so the plan here seems like the key thing. The tool to break free from this specific situation she's describing.
Seems that way from that part, yes. Then her second verse, it adds another layer. It feels different.
Different how?
It focuses more on betrayal. Personal betrayal.
Oh.
The lyrics talk about being lied to. Liar, had time to make you a bed, believed lies, stayed true to what you said.
So broken trust.
Right. Seeing someone who's still a junkie, and it leads to this lost compassion. But specifically for that person.
The source mentions her intelligence being manipulated somehow. Says she has evidence.
Yeah, so this part feels less about the general environment, and more about the pain from specific relationships within that hardship.
Very personal, like you said. And it's striking then how the perspective just completely shifts when the source brings in Eli Uno's verse.
Totally different feel, yeah.
The focus seems to pull back from that internal state, the betrayal.
And grounds itself much more in the physical hustle, the external world.
Right. The lyrics get specific about survival actions.
Yeah.
Mashing up top, trying to get guap, which context suggests means money.
Yep. And the constant danger, rollers on bottom, police, presumably.
And that really grim image of waiting. Sitting stationed by a cemetery plot, waiting for a nigga slip and getting caught.
It's a raw look at a predatory kind of landscape.
And this shift, this focus, it leads to a really critical distinction that Eli Uno's lyrics raise.
Which is?
Who is considered, worthy of help. The source is really clear here.
Okay.
It states, help is only given when you ain't imprisoned by your own addiction and you ain't a victim.
Wow. Yeah, that sets a very specific boundary, doesn't it, for who gets support, at least in the context described here.
It's a powerful line, and it really sets this perspective apart from Rarebreed's initial focus.
So, according to this text, there's empathy maybe for temporary hardships.
Yes, it implies that.
But the ultimate measure, the thing that defines who earns respect, it's presented differently than just, needing that plan Rarebreed talked about.
How differently?
The source explicitly says, but you earn my respect when you have changed and risen.
Changed and risen.
Yeah, it grounds respect not just in the struggle or even the intention to get out, but specifically in the outcome, the transformation. Rising above, it has to be demonstrated.
Okay, so just to recap, we've dug into that intense struggle from Rarebreed's perspective in the source.
Highlighting the internal conflict, the anger, the loss, and this need for a plan.
Then the source shifts us to Eli Uno's view. more about the external environment, the hustle.
And importantly, introducing this different benchmark for earning respect based on having changed and risen.
So if we try and connect this to the, the bigger picture for a moment.
Well, these lyrics, just looking at this source material provided to us, they really challenge us, I think.
Challenge us how?
To think about how multifaceted hardship really is, and how different the lenses can be.
Through which people view survival, agency, who's considered worthy maybe, all within these experiences.
Exactly.
So the source presents this contrast. Needing a plan when you're crushed by internal and external pressures versus earning respect because you have changed and risen.
Yeah.
What is that specific distinction, just as it's laid out in these lyrics? What does that make you consider about the different kinds of journeys out of difficult situations? Something to think about.
Definitely something to mull over.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.